Hey, what's up?
How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me clearly?
I can. I'm just shifting to someplace else just to get better connectivity.
Nice, nice. You're fiddling with your hair, Armaan. So let me ask you, because this is my husband and most boys I know, their number one issue right now is बाल का क्या करे, because कोई काटने के लिए तो है नहीं.
But that's what now I have so much issue with my hair right now. Like it's grown out of proportions. So I'm trying some wax here and there to kind of, put it in place.
Oh God, how long did it take you to get your hair in order today? Because by the way, people are really conscious of hair. Like I've been getting comments about my hair every damn day because बालों का क्या करे यार?
But actually, सबसे ज़्यादा business उनका होने वाला है.
Correct.
Salon वाले का होने वाला है.
Correct.
After the lockdown gets lifted.
100%. मतलब ऐसा हो चुका है कि मेरे घर पे शायद मुझे अपने पति को भी बस कट देना पड़ेगा. Because और कोई तरीका तो है नहीं.
या मैं तो वो नहीं कर सकता हूँ. मेरे लिए वो बहुत look change हो जाएगा.
म्यूजिक
वीडियोस के लिए चाहिए मुझे.
Armaan, yeah, I want to talk to you about so many things because I feel like since the last time you and I shot together, so many things have changed in your career, and congratulations on that. But before we go into that, how strange is it for us to be doing this interview like this, man?
It's crazy, but it's a new reality for all of us, which is a cool thing as well. I mean, you never know going forward. This could be the way. This could be the norm.
It already seems to have become the norm, to be honest.
It seems to be like that, and I'm getting used to the fact that I have to do all this, sitting at my home with Wi-Fi and connectivity issues and editing my own videos myself. Usually we have like a whole team to help us with all this.
Correct.
But it's and a lot of people haven't talked about this, but all of us are really struggling to get content out there. Even though it might look like all amazing on Instagram, I might look amazing in my pictures, but it's taking a lot of effort to bring one piece of content for everyone out there. So fans, if you're kind of waiting, it takes a lot of time.
Okay, firstly, please say hello to everyone who's tuned in because I know that the comments are just blowing up.
Let's say hello. There's Nilofer, there's Farheen, who are there? Fiza. A lot of my fans are here. Armanians, Turkey. Fans from Turkey I have tuned in.
Armanians for the win, guys. I think Armanians are the most loyal and crazy set of fans and I say crazy in a really good way because after having shot with Armaan, guys, I know the power of Armanians. If they like a piece of content, they will go to any extent to ensure that that content is seen by everyone. And I think you're so blessed and lucky, Armaan, to have such a loyal set of fans who genuinely hang on to every word of yours.
I think we share such a beautiful relationship on social media. Like for me, I've never treated it as like an idol fan kind of a thing. They're just like a bunch of friends of mine, And it's amazing to on a daily basis I get to interact with so many people from across the world. Like they may be from Australia, like I said, there were fans from Turkey. There are some from Nepal. It's amazing. Like it's spread out, and all of them are united in such a cool way. Like that's just brilliant. And everyone messages me, listen, please tell your fans to stop messaging me and asking me where is Armaan, has he eaten his food, is he keeping a track of his health and sleep, and all my friends are like, please don't tag us in any pictures anymore.
Oh God, this is true though. Yeah, I mean, if you get tagged with Armaan once in a picture, his fans are going to slide into your DMs and go like, please can you ask him to come live, please can you ask him to do this, ask him to take my name. And I'm like, guys, there are too many of you for him to take everyone's names. But Armaan, on that same note, fans ko kitna jhatka laga the day you decided to delete all your Instagram posts. I mean, Bachi, that day I was like, what the hell happened? Instagram
a lot of my fans actually got scared and got worried for me. They thought that there was something happening and that I had gone into depression or something like that. Like they were speculating about the most ridiculous things, and I was getting scared after a point. Listen, guys, I'm starting a new journey. It's a song lyric. Like obviously I couldn't reveal it at that time. I wanted, that whole suspense to be there. But the only purpose, like a lot of people thought that, I did it to kind of scare or like create an impact. But actually the intention behind it was that I was starting a new journey. And the way I see it is, when you start a new journey, you need to shed your old skin. And I wanted to do that with my Instagram and just kind of be like, okay, I've done all these things in my journey before, but now I want to start afresh, and I want to start a whole new chapter. So that's the intention that I did it with.
No, I totally get it. I think once the song and once your official announcement and everything came through, everyone figured out that that's what you're going for. But to wipe out all of those posts, because after a while,
it's heartbreaking.
Instagram is like it's difficult, right? Like so many posts, so much work has gone into thinking and strategizing, and then
you don't know. There were 4,000 odd posts, I think, and it all happened in a day. And like as and when I was like removing them from my feed, I was like, wait, no, I don't want to remove this. Oh no, this is too special to me. So, but I learned a really cool thing during that process, that you should not attach yourself too much to anything. You know?
I get what you're saying. I feel like we're all learning that in this period of time, because with
for all
material possessions or virtual.
For all you know, tomorrow we might not have our own Instagram. Like, we have to think of a life beyond just that. Of course, it's a great tool. A lot of people, you might scare them saying कि अभी Instagram नहीं होगा. If you want to be no, my career depends on it. And it is very true for some people, because their whole career is on social media. So, but like for me as a person now, during this whole phase, I've realized that we attach too much importance to these kind of things, and we need to kind of understand what's more important. Like me staying with my family, I've realized nothing more important than my family and the love that we share, and every morsel that we're eating, and the air that we're breathing. Like it's so crucial at this point of time.
You were talking about how difficult it's been to get content out, and I totally empathize with that, because where is the motivation coming from?
It's not. So many people tell me musicians must be having the best time of their lives sitting in the studio. But I'm sitting on my piano and not being able to think of even on one song. Like, I'm not being motivated to do anything. So it's very different. Even though we have all the time in the world, we don't have the inspiration, because the climate and the surrounding is so like dull.
Grim, yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay, but listen, we have to. I think one of the main things I was very excited about having this chat is because I feel like your career is in a whole new direction now, and English songs and going the global route. Tell me, how did this happen? When did this journey begin? And the road from thinking of this journey to actually releasing Control. What happened in between?
So I'll give you a little backstory. I was 16 when I returned from Boston. I had studied at Berklee College of Music, where I was studying pop, R&B vocals. And when I came back, I told my dad, listen, I want to do English music. I want to write my own songs and release them. And he was like, he sat me down and he said, Beta, this is India. And India consumes Bollywood. And if you want to make a name for yourself, first you have to do Bollywood. You got to go through that whole route. And I was like, Dad, are you discouraging me? He told me, no, you won't understand it now. Do this journey. Trust me, the right time for it will come. And at that time, I was like, as a 16-year-old, I was like, what is my dad saying? Why is he discouraging me to do something that I want to do? But then obviously I went through the whole Bollywood thing, which obviously is a part of my family. But I always wanted to do my own thing. And I started singing a lot in Bollywood, obviously, all the songs that came out in Bollywood films. Even when I was singing those songs, a lot of composers used to say, "Aap thoda Indianize karke ga sakte ho," because I had certain Western touches in my singing or the way I was singing. Even example, Suraj Dubai was one of those songs where Amal had done with Arijit, and he told me that I'm missing some verse here in between, and that's how I came up with that. Ask me for anything, I can give you everything. So that's me singing that and writing those lyrics, and that's when I realized, like, this is something that comes so. It flows through me. Like, it's not something that I am forcing myself to do. It's very natural for me. Then came a time in 2018. I met a friend who was a writer. Her name was Natanya, and she was like, why don't you come to LA and kind of just do a trip to just write music? And I was like, sure, I would love to do that. And I went to LA and started writing songs. And that's when I realized that wow, this is something that's special. Like I came back with like 6, 7 songs in a week I had created, and one of those songs got heard by David Massey, who's the head of Arista Records, and
Yeah.
he then approached me, and then obviously the whole signing process and everything happened. And that's how the whole journey has happened. It's been in works since the last 2 years. 2018 is when I actually started doing my work on English music, and Control is the first song that we released.
So the day that you knew that you were going to get signed, how did you celebrate?
I couldn't celebrate it on social media. I kept it with myself for a very long time. I went for a simple dinner or whatever with the whole team at the label, with my mom in New York. That's where the signing had happened.
Yeah.
And I was holding it inside of me, like I was like this kid who had this surprise. I wanted to tell the whole world, but I couldn't, because I always feel like, you know, you should do it when something is out there, when it's tangible, when you have
Yeah.
music to go with it, and it's not just like, I've got signed or whatever. Like I didn't want it to be more of a news. I wanted it to be a whole journey. Like this is the start of something new, you know.
And then, you know, when the announcement happened, and of
Yeah.
course there was your hoarding in Times Square.
Yes.
Dude, that can't, like, what is that feeling even like? I mean, how do you, of course, there's happiness, there's excitement, but how do you put into words the feeling of saying, okay, now I was up on Times Square with some of the biggest legendary artists in the world.
I can't put it to words. Like, I mean, you don't even know, you know, that so early on in your journey you will get that kind of, you know, placements and like recognition in the world. And as an Indian musician, the first one to kind of break out from the whole scene here and do something internationally. For me, I wanted to take this slow and like take each song as it comes and see how this journey goes, because
Yeah.
for anyone it's a new thing. It's not happened before. There's been actors who have transitioned, like there's Priyanka Chopra who's transitioned into Hollywood.
And actually,
But
Priyanka also started first by
she
releasing
started
her
with the
singles.
music and the singing, but obviously her main focus was you know, acting and like doing you know, shows and TV shows and movies there. But
Yeah.
for me as a playback singer, and for a singer who's so serious about his music, there was one of the first time that an Indian artist was represented globally in such a big way. And for me, I was, more than I was proud for myself, I was proud for my country. Yeah, I don't know how to express that, because we have not. I feel till now we've not been represented in such a massive way before. Indian singers are recognized in like so many places, but that global recognition, like how America has their own pop stars, or Canada has
Correct.
their own pop stars, or Australia has their own pop stars. India needs to have that world pop star, and I've always been dreaming about, like, I want to be that person from India to do it. And like for me, that moment was a moment that was, it was crazy. I feel like it was a step forward, taking India into the whole global stage. Like that's how I felt about it, and I
But tell
couldn't
me
be
one thing, when
excited
you
for me. I
had
don't know
no,
what I wanted to party, like, but obviously I can't party. I have to wait till everything gets settled down. But like, it's, I can't fathom. I can't tell you how I felt. Like it's unreal.
but tell me one thing, you know, when there's no template, like you said, and we've had a few other examples of people who made it really big over there and everything, but there's no musical template of what to do and what the next steps are, right? So
Correct.
how does one strategize something like this? And like, how do you know, okay, this is the right thing for me to do now, and this is when I need to hold back? Or, I mean, like, what is the strategy when there's no template?
So I'll tell you, there's no, I've not strategized in a way where a lot of my fans also, काफी लोग पूछते हैं कि आप क्या बॉलीवुड म्यूजिक छोड़ दोगे अभी, या हिंदी
हाँ.
म्यूजिक छोड़ दोगे, काफी ये questions हैं. But I want to answer to all those fans that that is my identity. The reason I'm Armaan Malik today is because of my Bollywood songs, because of the songs I've done in India, and that part of my life is not going to go anywhere. That is who I am. This is an extension of my personality, which I wanted to bring to the world, because I have suppressed it internally for a very long time. And काफी लोगों को ये जो एक रूप है, ये जो अवतार है अरमान का, they never saw it, and I wanted people to know that this is me as well. Like, you've known me as the Bollywood singer, but this is this is the true DNA that I have inside of me that I want to bring out. So I want to tell all fans ki I'm going to strike a balance. Even though it's going to be tough, I might have to spend 6 months abroad and 6 months in India and kind of
That's
like
what I was going to ask you next. Are you going to now have
it's.
one foot there and one foot here?
I
Because
am. I
you
mean, I
want both
have to.
careers.
I have to because see, Janice, this is not a one song thing. A lot of people think like, oh, let's try English, dekhte kaisa jata hai, and then we'll take it
Correct.
how it comes. That's not how this is for me. This is a very, very big journey for me. Like, it's not about the one song. It's about the following singles that come. It's about the EP, the album that follows after that. So, for me, that is the kind of trajectory I'm looking at, and for having that kind of a vision and dream. I have to spend time there in US, and obviously I have so much body of work in India that I need to do as well. So I'm going to be having to do trips
You're going
around the
to
world.
basically do what Priyanka does is sleep on flights basically. कि पूरा time
Exactly.
flights पे ही सोना
I'm
पड़ेगा
going to
आपको.
ask her how she manages the whole sleep thing.
Dude, her
Must
energy
be
only is
brutal.
next level. How she manages to shuttle between countries, because it's not just about recording and releasing. उसके बाद आपको promote भी करना है. You have to tour
Exactly.
also a little bit.
Exactly.
You have to also spend time with the team for branding, interviews, all of that. The
It's
work.
insane, and मैं वो सब कर रहा हूँ अभी घर पे बैठ के like on my phone. Like, it's crazy. It is insane. Like, I'm shooting. I'm asking my dad to shoot. My dad is shooting TikTok videos of mine, and I'm
पूरे
doing
घर को
some
production house बना के रखा है basically.
सबको, and for that like 5-10 minutes that I have to shoot anything, I'm like, silence, bell off कर दो, सब लोग मतलब चुप हो जाओ and all that stuff. It's crazy.
But you're lucky, because your parents, your brother, everyone has believed in your dream for such a long time that they're happy to do it. Otherwise, can you imagine कि ये लॉकडाउन के टाइम पे झाड़ू चल रहा है, बर्तन चल रहा है, और आप कर रहे हो नहीं मेरे को अपना टिकटॉक वीडियो शूट करना है.
हाँ, see, in terms of that, my mom will say, हट, खाना important है, ये सब नहीं important है. तुम लोग क्या खाओगे लंच के लिए? टिकटॉक बनाने के बाद तू पूछेगा खाने के लिए क्या है, तो कौन बनाएगा वो? तो ऐसे सब आ जाते हैं.
Because Armaan also likes to snack quite a bit, and of course, other than scrambled eggs, have you increased your knowledge of the world of cooking?
I have actually. I have started making aglio olio. That's one of my favorite pasta dishes, and I've been cooking it. And now I have my own recipe that I'm doing. My dad also has learned it, so we all are like doing one meal in the day. Like, sometimes breakfast I make, sometimes he makes it. All of us are helping, and आजकल dishes भी चालू हो चुके हैं.
Oh यार, बर्तन is a whole different chapter, because I feel like वो एक चीज है जो किसी ने
You can't escape. If you have your mom in the house who is the head warden and she is telling you ये सब चीजें कर रही हैं, so it has to be done.
कोई पूछ रहा है दालगोना कॉफी ट्राई किया है क्या अब तक?
मेरे को समझ नहीं आई ये क्या है. I've been seeing it everywhere. Please explain what is this.
फेटी हुई कॉफी है यार. हम लोग आई थिंक इंडिया में ऑनेस्टली बचपन से बना रहे हैं कि मतलब वो कॉफी को you keep beating it until it gets frothy and then you add the milk. Now the Koreans have adopted it and it's become like one dalgona coffee. But I'm like, इंडिया में फेटी हुई कॉफी बचपन से पी रहे हैं हम लोग.
I had never heard of the term. Like, I'm seeing it everywhere and I'm thinking, what is this? This looks like some espresso shot or whatever.
No. It's just beating, like literally how you whip eggs, you're whipping the coffee. But listen, I also wanted to talk to you about this, because I feel like when you're recording English songs and Hindi songs, like you were saying, Amal told you at one point that there is like, you need a Western touch. Hindi songs require slightly more Hindi flavor. English songs, is there an accent modulation that you have to work on when you're recording Hindi versus English? Or is that something that's not really that imperative?
So I'll tell you, with me, it's a very unique case with me. For me, I've always sung in different languages. So some people even may ask, like, how do I transition between Hindi and Telugu? Because that's also a completely different thing. I mean, you can sing Telugu and still sound like a Hindi singer. But that's not what happens with me. I still have managed, by God's grace, and also the fans in Telugu have also mentioned that you sound like a Telugu singer. So that's a big, like, up for me. Like, it's important to sound local, because you can't sound like someone who's like not part of the culture. Like, it's alien to them. There's this
Yeah.
song Gutta Bomma which released right now from Ala Vaikuntapuram, which is Allu Arjun's movie, which became a massive hit. It's one of the first albums which became a crossover #1 national album. Like it crossed even Bollywood songs, and no one
Wow.
expected that. For me, I've done this since I was 10. I've been singing in different languages since I was 10 years old. And I've just over time have this switch in my head. Okay, Hindi song, Hindi setting starts in my brain. I don't know. It's something like that. And when it comes to English, a lot of people ask me that, how did you get the accent right? A lot of people are like, when we fear that when Indians sing, they have this extra accent. It sounds like Indians are trying to fake it. But like for me, I have since childhood always heard English music, and it's been part
Correct.
of my system. And the more I heard it, the more I internalized the way they sing. And it's not something that I've put on. It's something that if you ask me to sing in English, that's how I will sing. Like there are sometimes, I don't know if you've realized, like in Hindi songs, there are English words that you have to sing sometimes.
Yeah.
So, and the pronunciation of those words are very English. They're not English. Like,
Mm,
I don't know
mm.
how to explain that to you. But when I say like even if I say love, like we say love,
Hmm.
but like love, like that's something that,
The subtlety of the, yeah, the
yeah, and
slight,
like,
yeah.
and like in English, when you say we is we, it's not we. Like we, we is we, and we is like the letter V is from like the lip. So a lot of these things I've picked up in my time when I'm learning, when I've been singing in the studio with different languages. So for me, it's been a thing that has been growing since I was like 10. So it's inside my system. Like today, if someone tells me to sing a Marathi song, it'll take me half an hour to kind of listen to the song, get into the system. But then the switch goes, Marathi. Like I have to
Acha.
get the rs right,
Correct,
you know?
correct. You roll, you make that sound authentic as possible. But
Yeah.
what was the, and when you got into the studio, were they surprised? Like, when you started singing for the first time in front of probably your producers from, who were working with you to
Yeah.
release this song, were they surprised at the ease at which you switched the accents?
So from like they were firstly they were not anticipating an Indian singer to kind of sing the way that I was singing, because they have heard Indian singers in a very different light and a different
Yeah.
tone. And for me, this is not something. A lot of people have asked me, have you faked your tone for control, or have you like, is this like you're doing this only jab English gana aata hai, aapka different tone hota hai? But no, this is my tone when I sing, because a lot of my singing in English has falsetto. It has a lot of my husky voice which comes to the play. In Bollywood, you need to be heroic and you need to get more of your chest and like be more deep, because I'm singing for actors who are double my age. So and here when I'm singing just for me.
For yourself,
So
correct.
so a lot of the times, actually, I want to reveal to people that in Bollywood, I have actually cultivated a tone for Bollywood, which is not my real tone, because we are playback singers and we need to sing for someone on screen who's not us.
Correct,
So
yeah.
you have to kind of modulate when you're a playback singer. But when it comes to my own singles like Ghar Se Nikalte Hi, Toote Khwaab, uh, Control, all these songs this is my real tone, the way I actually sing.
The one thing I found interesting is I was reading some of your interviews about this, and you were talking about how even though fans love you for all of this Bollywood music, or even some of the remixes and some of the the covers and everything, you
Yeah,
were feeling a bit saturated with performing the same stuff all over again on stage and at various
correct.
platforms. Now, looking at the fact that you've now built your own singles, you have your own songs, how are you planning to sort of balance that? And how, because fans are always going to want those songs, right? Like I know,
Yeah.
for example, Bol Do Na Zara is one of my favorite songs of yours because I've heard it that many times. How are you going to balance that when it comes to concerts and performances?
So honestly, I have not thought so far out. I'm taking it as it comes. But yeah, I mean, when I do my Bollywood concerts in India, I will definitely sing some of my English songs, whichever have released by then. When I'm doing tours abroad, I might have to do day one Bollywood tour, day two English show. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know. I
think
mean,
you need to introduce them to some of your music, like your
yeah,
songs
of
that have
course.
got.
A lot of surprises are coming in. I don't want to reveal all those surprises. There are lots in store for everyone. And a lot of people also have asked me this question. You wanted to go international, which is great, but you chose to sing an English song. But why don't you try to do something in, Hindi or your own language? And I just want to say a lot of surprises coming in. So don't distract.
So hashtag collaborations are coming in as well with other.
I don't want to reveal anything. I'm known as a surprise king among my fans.
Oh, there literally someone put surprise king as a comment.
Yeah, someone just said. So I'm not going to reveal anything. For me, it's I love dropping these bombs. So jab aayega, to then you guys will know.
Armaan, one of the other things that's been like, we have to, when I met you last also, we talked about the music industry and how there were too many remixes happening at that point of time as well. Now, of course, the one remix that seems to have taken the internet by storm is the Masakali 2.0. There's been a lot of thought about whether classics should be touched and how classics should be touched. What is your take on it?
See, if you're talking about touching classics, even I'm guilty of touching a classic, which is Ghar Se Nikalte Hi, which was written by Javed Akhtar Saab. Rajesh Roshan had composed it and sung by Udit Narayan. So for me, equally, it's been, and for Amal, when we recreated the song, it's been a very tough task to kind of live up to the kind of love that the original version has. And you can never beat that because the original version stays in the hearts for people. Yeah. With all those listeners. Our only objective with doing a recreation, whenever we have done it, obviously now going forward, I have kind of taken a stand that I don't want to do many recreations because it's just getting too saturated. Everything is just it sounds the same and it's not fun anymore. When we did Ghar Se Nikalte Hi, we made sure that the essence of the song is the same, but we introduced something new as well. A lot of the remakes, if you see, are just copy paste and just the beat has been different or whatever.
And but it's almost like, why do you want to make every song a party song? Because sometimes the original wasn't even in that flavor, right?
Correct.
So
correct.
I think that's been the major.
There was a phase back. There was a phase where people used to remix as well, like DJ Akil and all these people used to remix songs back in the day, but they were not remakes. They were remixes, which were mainly to hit the clubs and the party circles and stuff like that, which was cool. But remakes every song has been remade almost. And songs which have been released in the same year, like in 2019, a Gana released, so uska bhi remake has happened in the same year.
Yeah, it's like वो song तो कुछ 1-2 साल हो गए तुमने already remix कर दिया उसको.
1 साल भी नहीं, 6 महीने भी नहीं हुए, कभी-कभी ऐसा हुआ है. But honestly, it was a trend. I have been part of it, and I'm not saying that I have been away from it. I actually even admit to the fact that I have major hits which are recreations, like Tumhe Apna Banane Ka is a recreated song, Ghar Se Nikalte Hi is a recreated song. But now it's done. I feel like now it's like I wouldn't do it. I don't know about others, but I feel like even the fans and listeners are like, listen, guys, we're not going to listen to these songs anymore because we want original songs, which is why if you see the last album, Kabir Singh, that I was a part of, was a completely original album, and it has surpassed all other recreated songs that you hear. I mean, it's one of the biggest albums of last year, if you may say so.
I think it is the biggest album. I mean,
it is, and it's completely original. So it's not that you like, no one can say that, oh, it's only recreated songs are working and originals aren't working. Like Kabir Singh is a testament to that. Like all the songs on the album are winners in every way. So I feel like moving forward, all of us, I see a shift happening. I see Bollywood and the music industry kind of separating. Till now we have always had a film industry, which we do music for. There's no music industry as such. Only Punjab has had a music industry where they have people doing singles, music videos, everything. Yeah. Now that thing has come up in Bollywood where we are doing singles and we're like, there's a whole parallel thing running with Bollywood, which is great because we need to have a music industry. We can't just
because if you remember in the 90s, we had such massive pop sensations in the country. And then, of course, as Bollywood got more and more popular, it's suddenly like we lost that entire generation of artists that we were like, oh, I follow this one's music, I follow this one's album. Yeah. that is coming back now, you think, in a big
It's
way?
coming back. It is coming back in a huge way. Even though it's not as become as big as how it was in the 90s, but in the next 2 years, I feel like we will have a music industry in place which will be separate from Bollywood. And I'm really glad, because I initially started my career doing an album. In 2014, I had done an album called Armaan with Universal Music. And that's one of the songs from there then went into Salman Khan's Jai Ho. So
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Bollywood journey kind of, and even Amal's journey kind of happened, like just
Because
happened.
of your, yeah, because of
Because
your
of
individual solo
like our
career stuff.
independent songs.
Yeah.
And I feel like going forward, we'll make such amazing songs in the independent space that films will start taking those songs as part of their OSTs, like how it happens abroad. Like
Yeah, yeah.
in movies, in like Hollywood movies, people Hollywood doesn't have songs in the movie, but they
Correct.
have original soundtracks, which is a cool thing, which will slowly happen. Some singles have recently also been taken into films. Tony Kakkar's one song was taken into a movie. So that is a testament that independent songs are going to be taken into movies going
The only
forward.
thing that worries me though is I feel like, there are so many beautiful Punjabi and Hindi songs that are independent from independent labels and independent artists. And then suddenly, a music label snatches it. It gets that little Bollywoodization. And before you know, it's
Yeah.
a party number and the soul of the music has been destroyed, which I think
See,
is what fans are now finally saying. We're fed up. We're done with this.
See, at the end of the day, what people have to do, they will do. We cannot stop anyone from doing what they need to do or want to do. But what the idea is to try and create a whole new movement of independent music, which I'm also trying to do. I'm focusing a lot on my own channel, and I'm going to be releasing a lot of songs on my own, which I feel is going to be motivating for the independent musicians in our country, who believe that you only need to be associated with Bollywood to become big. That is not the case anymore. I
Yeah,
feel in the
not
next few
anymore.
years, all the mainstream artists of Bollywood will set up the industry in such a way, or will make the atmosphere or the climate in such a way where it is favorable for a kid who plays guitar and sings to pick up the guitar and sing and just be online and do his thing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what has to happen with India. That's where we will get like amazing musicians in the world out there from India. That's my dream as a musician going forward.
No, and I can't think of like a better, younger talent than you to sort of lead the way and show us how it's done. I have a set of very specific lockdown quarantine related questions that I'm going to shoot at you.
Okay.
And then before we go, we're going to take 4 questions at the end, guys. So put your questions down. I'll look at them and I'll take them at the end. Okay. Are you
Okay,
ready,
awesome.
Armaan? Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Describe this lockdown period for you in one word or sentence.
In one word or sentence. Bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored.
Bored in the house. I'm in the house. Okay. What is your favorite household chore that you've actually now started secretly enjoying?
I'm a calm chore.
ये ना तुम्हारे puns कभी
ये मेरे lame jokes आने वाले हैं. You have to get used to it. You are already used to it. My fans are also used to it now. But I try to get out of whatever chores I have to do. So I'm a calm chore.
Okay, तो लेकिन जब करना पड़ता है, then what is your least favorite chore? कि मतलब मम्मी मुझे और कुछ भी करा लो, ये मत कराना मुझसे.
Fill the water.
Bottles.
Aquaguard से भर रहा हूँ मैं.
Oh God, वो ऐसे खड़े रहना. फिर वो
That is the
music
most
बजता
boring
रहता
thing.
है.
And when I'm on the phone, I get lost in the phone and the pani overflows. So वापस mom is like, तू मेरा काम वापस बढ़ा रहा है.
Correct. Okay, who are you looking forward to giving a really tight hug when this lockdown ends? जिससे तुम बहुत दिनों से नहीं मिले और तुमको मतलब हग करना है उनको.
वैसे तो मतलब बहुत लोग हैं, लेकिन I'd actually like to give a group hug to all the Armanians. I miss them a lot. I miss going to my concerts.
मैं एड्रेस भेज देती हूँ अरमान का. तुम लोग पहुंच जाना ग्रुप हग के लिए.
वो बहुत बड़ा group hug होगा. There'll be millions of people. Like, but I miss going to like my concerts and kind of meeting my fans and just like interacting with them. You know, like it was so sad. Like there was this concert which I had done before the lockdown, in Bangalore, and I was only on stage. I didn't go into the crowd because already till then everyone was like, you have to take care of your hygiene and like be away and
Correct,
whatever.
correct. Social
So
distancing.
usually what I go is I go into the crowd and like just like interact with them and like hold their hands or whatever it is. Like I was refraining from doing that because obviously we had to maintain that distance. So that was heartbreaking for me.
Okay, what is a food item that you are craving but cannot get during lockdown?
Food item that I'm craving. I'm actually whatever my midnight craves are, I'm satisfying them with the Nutella and the bread that I have at home. So that I get a lot of sugar cravings. Like I'm craving gulab jamun. I don't know why.
Girl, gulab jamun तो काफी मतलब you guys can experiment with the recipe यार, वो काफी आसान है.
हाँ, बट फिर भी मतलब स्पेशल जगहों के अलग अलग गुलाब जामुन होते हैं. जलेबी, गुलाब जामुन. I love Indian sweets.
Okay, what's a place that you're really dying to go, like, or like, you want to go right after this ends? I don't mean travel. I just mean like a place. It could be anywhere close by home also.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could travel. I'm not sure how soon travel is going to be opening up for all of us, but I'd like to wait. I'd like to go for like a nice drive to Sea Link, like to the Sea Link. I think that's something that really makes me happy. Like that's the one thing in Mumbai that I look forward to whenever I come back into the city. I take these drives in the night to Sea Link and back.
Lovely. And if you had to tell everyone who's watching, when you're feeling hopeless, how do you make yourself hopeful again during this period?
Oh, that's a nice one. I don't know. I just read all my fan comments and DMs and everything. I just feel happy that I'm not alone. Like, even though there's family around me, but you can still feel very lonely in your room. Yeah. But I feel like I have one family is at home, but I have another family out there in the world in different countries. So like, I don't feel lonely at all. Armanians are there always.
I will cry. I mean like Armanians पागल हो जाएंगे तुम इतना like इतनी sweet बातें करोगे.
नहीं, but I shower them with love because I really love them. Like I love the relationship we have. I think it's amazing. I don't think any relationship in with other artists or their fans, I don't know how that is, but like we are super close. Like they know almost 99% of me.
Okay, guys, I'm going to take some questions. One question that I'd seen earlier, which I thought was cute, was that have you ever like dated or agreed to meet a fan who had a massive crush on you?
What? Sorry, can you say that again?
Hey, beer biceps, what's up? 2 Gs. Okay. Have you ever dated a fan? I think
what's
was
up,
the question.
Bro? Have you ever dated a fan?
Or like agreed to like indulge a fan who had a massive crush on you?
I've not gone for a date with a fan. I mean, unless it's like win a date with me contest or whatever, if that happens. That has not happened yet. But I've done meet and greets with my fans in like different cities.
I think they want to know if you've ever been attracted to a fan. Like, have you met a fan who's been so cute and so pretty, and you're like, damn, I wish she wasn't my fan. I could actually take her out.
No, I don't know. I don't have that vibe with my fans.
नहीं हुआ है अब तक भाई, और नहीं हुआ है. Okay, another question from Anjani Sinha. What can you cook except scrambled eggs and Nutella toast?
अरे नटेला टोस्ट कुक नहीं किया जाता है, वो सिर्फ स्प्रेड करना होता है, ज्यादा कुछ मेहनत नहीं लगती उसमें. लेकिन आई मेक लाइक स्पेगेटी आलियो ओलियो एंड आई कैन मेक स्क्रैम्बल्ड एग्स. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आई एम नॉट गुड एट एनीथिंग एल्स, बट आई कैन असिस्ट माय मॉम इन कुकिंग. दैट मच आई एम गुड एट.
Okay, lots of love, hearts, love you, always there for you. तुम गुलाब जामुन की तरह ही sweet हो. Okay, like some people are calling you. Vizag is waiting for you. मेरे सपनों में है आपको मिलूं. Okay, guys, ask questions. Armaan, other than your mom, who is the biggest support system in your life? Thank you, my brother, Via Basefs, Ranveer, for asking that amazing question.
Ranveer is an amazing guy. Shout out to Ranveer.
Ranveer is too cute, yeah. Ranveer gives the best dating advice, even though I don't know why I need dating advice, but great dating advice.
Yeah. So what is this question again? Apart from my mom,
Apart from
who's
your
my
mom,
biggest?
who's your biggest support system?
My, I mean, I don't know if it is, uh, I don't know, cool to say it, and my dad, but my dad is my huge support system. He, uh, he understands me completely. Like he's as mad as me.
I've seen that actually when I was shooting with you. One
Yeah, yeah.
other question was, why these dark circles, Armaan? Do you have dark circles?
I see. Listen, I'm sleeping at 4 or 5 o'clock, and I'm not getting sleep. And then I wake up to do all these amazing live sessions for you guys. So come on, it's your fault.
Chalo guys, we're going to take one last question. This is, I think, a nice one because I feel like, you're in a great position to give advice.
Okay.
Please do give some suggestions about singing so that I can become a great singer like you. And how do you motivate yourself? Like, just generally, I feel like it could be a good time for you to impart knowledge on how could others follow in your footsteps.
Baba AM to the
Baba.
I feel, it depends. Like, firstly, do you love singing as much as I love singing? That is the first question you got to ask yourself. If you love something so passionately, then you take the next step of actually honing your skills. Because for me, the first thing is that I recognized singing as my biggest passion in life, and I really, really love it. Like I wouldn't do anything else apart from obviously have like make food and eat food, but but music is my drive. It drives me. So you need to know. If you want to really, really be successful in something and you want to be a big person doing whatever, like I have been in doing singing, you have to love what you do. And if you love singing and music, then the second advice that I would give you is learn. If you're obviously based in India, please get a great guru and learn Indian classical music. Hindustani classical music is the base of singing. And for me as a singer, even though I'm singing songs like Control and English and Western songs, I'm being able to sing those songs because I am a trained Indian classical singer. My voice has been trained and cultured in a way where those skills have helped me sing the way I sing today. So please learn Hindustani classical music and listen to songs as much as possible, because I have only grown myself as a singer by listening, listening, and listening. Like Sonu Nigam used to be my jam back in the day. I used to only listen to him sing. And I think like he's been my iPod guru. At that time,
iPod guru, that's nice.
I used to have this iPod full of songs that I used to listen to. So apart from like my gurus used to teach me music, Sonu Nigam used to teach me by just singing those songs and me listening to him. So please listen to as many people as possible. And the world is yours. Social media is yours. Put up a video on social media. Put up a video on YouTube, and you just don't know who shares it. I mean, that's what
and
happens.
who you might connect with, really.
Yeah, that's the way to go about it.
I know I said it was the last question, but there's been a barrage of them who are saying, please ask him, are you single, Armaan?
अभी ऐसा इतना स्वीटली तुम लोग मत पूछो.
इसका क्या मतलब हुआ?
इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? सी, मैं अपने पर्सनल लाइफ के बारे में ठीक है. जैसे मैंने कहा, my fans know 99% about me. 1% is my own.
Guys, you got your answer. I tried. I asked also very sweetly, but Armaan doesn't.
There are a lot of singles coming up, if that's an answer.
The puns have returned. Okay,
yes.
Armaan, we've come to the end of the live, but I can't let you go without you singing Control. Okay. Or if you want to sing something else, but I think you should sing Control because we've spoken so much about it. I think
I'm not going to sing anything else. I'm promoting Control right now. I cannot sing anything else.
On brand, on brand, on brand.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
How you gonna play me like that? Why you can make it complicated? You won't even text me back. You know the ways to keep me waiting. Say I'm down till you tell me come over. I can't help myself. Now I'm under your control and I can't take it anymore. We should make this personal. Why can't you just close the door? Do you wanna like that? Keep on pushing and you pulling me back. Guess I'm under your control. I can't take it anymore.
Very, very, very nice. Dude, every time I hear you,
Hey,
I get
someone
really
said want to
lost.
hear you also, Janice. Listen, they want to hear you sing as well.
No, no, no. I'm going to go before this. Like people actually start requesting rubbish. But listen, man. Every time I hear you sing, I'm always like at a loss for words for a few seconds. But beautiful track. I'm so happy for all the new things that you're conquering and all the new mountains you're climbing. So best of luck. Keep at it. Can't wait to see what you do next. And this was so much
Thank
fun.
you.
Please learn to cook something in the meanwhile.
Yeah,
Kidding.
yeah. I will. You know what my next mission is? I want to like dal and bhaji. Like those are the two things. If I conquer that, then I'm set.
Chalo, Armanians, Arman is going to learn how to make dal and bhaji. That's Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube picture coming soon.
By the way, before going, I just want to tell all my fans that the remix of Control is dropping tomorrow.
Ooh.
So it's a very, very cool remix. Janice, you'll really love it.
I already like the song, dude, and I'm not even like trying to flatter you. Whatever, I genuinely heard it a bunch of times in the last couple of days. Great going. Best of luck. Can't wait to see what you do next. And stay safe and stay at home.
Bye, bye, Janice. Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye,
Bye.
Armanians.
Bye. Thanks for
Bye,
doing this. Bye.
bye.